In this video, I shall be using the Garrett Ace Apex for the very first time. I'm going on a club dig and I'm going to just try it out and see where we go. I've already had the question of, were you given it? Was it a freebie? Did it come from Garrett? Well, no, no and no. I paid for it, and it's going to be an impartial video on my impressions of the Apex, not being influenced by the manufacturer or any supplier. So I've had the Apex for a couple of days now. I've compared it weight wise with the machine of use with me, which is the XP Dias, and it's just 200 grams heavier than a full Dias with a 9-inch HF coil. Obviously I'm not going to compare it to the Dias because it's not a Dias beater. It's not what it's aimed at. I think it's a nice mid-range machine which I hope is going to work well. I'm on a club dig. Come with me, see how I get on with it. It's going to be the same feeling, learning curve as you're going to get if you're a new detectorist and that's your first machine, or if you've got a machine and you want to move on to an Apex. It's going to be the same learning curve. I consider myself a newbie with this, so let's just look at the video, see what I do, see how it works and see what it finds. Thanks to the latest Suffolk Sifter subscribers. Hang on, your name will go from bottom to top, and if your name is lucky enough to have the word winner next to it, you've won a small gift. So here we go, we're on the club dig. It's the DVD Dead and Vale Detectorist club dig. There's a Ben 180 Felix Hunter. He's there, he's getting stuck in. It's a lovely field, flat, rolled, easy digging. And I'm here today with the Garrett Ace Apex. This is my first outing with it. Usually Dias man, but it's just getting my head around the tones. So wish me luck, and hopefully see you with a decent find. I'm going to be using the Ace Apex in zero mode, so it's open to everything with the iron audio off, and 2 from the top sensitivity in multi-frequency. So we're going to see how that goes. My first ever signal with the Ace Apex was a nice 67, and well, like a little lead piece. I hesitate to say gaming piece, but it's just a bit of nicely shaped lead. Second signal, a nice 60, just sort of a half cut looking shape, again lead, so we're on the lead. I don't know if you can hear the tones because these headphones are the over the ear type, but this was a 64. It's yet another bit of lead, but it's shaped lead, looked like it had a hole on top. Some of the extreme metal detecting UK guys down yonder, it's pretty quiet. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's quite stable, I quite like it. I just found this, it's a good 8 inches down. .53 in numbers, and yeah, it's a nice little button. It's well down. Looks like little shield in the middle of 2 lions. Yeah, possibly the front of a button, but yeah, still pretty cool thing to find. Well done, Apex. Okay, well, it's a bit of a learning curve, to be fair. The tones obviously are so much different from the Deus, and you know, it's just take a chance and dig all. Really, I'm in dig all mode. This was about 8 inches, and that was reading 42. Well, I thought it can't be much, but I don't know. What do you think? First off, well, it might be part of a buckle, which it still could be part of a buckle, I suppose. Yeah, it's quite a detailed piece of something, and also right beside it was this, and I'm assuming it could be a stopper for a bottle, perhaps. What do you think? Let me know below. Right, just hoik this one out. $65, $67. Let's see what we got. What's in that handful? Probably a bit of lead. Yep, lead of some description. It's all curled up, folded up. So there we go. I think it's third, fourth bit of lead. Overall, it's a bit of a learning curve, but you know, I think people of any degree of experience can have a bash. It's just a case of getting your ear in, maybe digging all to start with, to see what you get, just to learn the tones and the numbers. Now here's something you dig all day. 63, looking like it's supposed to be 6 inches deep. Let's give it a go. Still in the hole. Out of the hole. I don't know what it's going to be this time. Hey, you go, look. Your friend and mine, bit of lead. Well, that was good 6 inches down. Again, that's one of those shaped ones with a hole in top. What on earth they are, I do not know. So if you do know, you can put me right in the comments. Thank you so much. Well, I've got a sort of fairly sweet $80 on the numbers. Let's give it a go. Don't know whether we flicked it out or not, but we'll have a little look. I only flicked it out of the hole, didn't I? So here, look. It's a coin. Can't really see a lot on it, but it's sort of farthing shaped. Just about to see something on there, but well, we'll have to clean it up later and see what it is. But yeah, coin for the Apex. That coin was a really good signal. It's nice 81, very bright, nice sweet tone, you wouldn't walk over them. So here we go. We're getting used to the Apex. I just thought I'd venture under some Pylons just to give it a go, and there's no interference at all in multi-frequency. You're still picking up the bleeps. Let me go right under. I'll come back for that one. Put your spade there. Let me just go under the Pylons just for a test.
Another little George Silver.
One of the extreme metal detecting UK guys have found silver. There's no discernible difference. There's no interference. So Apex is coping with Pylons quite well. Yeah. So, a couple of hours later, how do I feel? Well, it's a bit of a learning curve. Coming from the dais, the tones are a little different. Just got to get your head round. Once you get in there, if you walk over a good signal, the Apex won't let you forget about it. It will shout and shout out good signal. Depth wise, I found the centre percussion cap out of a shotgun cartridge, good 8 to 10 inches down, so depth I don't think is a problem. I like the way you can turn on the iron audio or turn the iron audio off. That's great if you want to hear everything, have it on. If you just want to hear the good stuff, turn it off. I've used it in 0, which is open, so I'm not going to miss anything, and the majority of the time I've used sensitivity 2 down from full. On occasions when the ground permits, I've put the sensitivity right up, and I've had no issues with noise or falsing. We went under some Pylons and I thought, here we go, you're going to get interference from the Pylons, and it didn't, not one bit. It's got a feature called channel, which allows you to vary the frequency slightly up or down so that you don't get interference from neighbouring detectorists, which I find pretty good. And yeah, I'm having a great time. Let's watch a bit more of the video and I'll give you my roundup at the end. Well, it's a nice 82. Let's see if we can find it. Well, that looks like to me my first bit of shrapnel. That, my friends, is shrapnel. Whew, I just come back after a spot of lunch, a surprise barbecue and a surprise cake for myself, Neil and Sean. So thanks to Extreme Metal Detecting UK for that. First decent signal after lunch. It's 52 in the multi-frequency setting, sensitivity 2 down from the top. Little thimble, or part of a thimble, end of a thimble. First thimble of the day. Got a nice sounding tone. It's coming up at 58. And it's a lovely little pistol shot, about 5-6 inches down, cracking signal. Still trying to suss out what numbers you can dig, really, what good numbers, what bad numbers. It was a really decent 45, but wasn't that deep, about 2-3 inches. And yeah, it's a little button. It's got three raised marks on the outside of it, and little eyelet thing is broke. But yeah, so that's right down to a 45. Well, I think it's my first silver of the day. This new field is well, different parts of the field we're on, never been on this one before, and there it is, can you see it? I believe, although broken sadly, silver thimble. Yep,
It's a silver thimble. Look at the detail on that. Sadly broken, but I'll take that any day. Apex on the silver. Right, never leave it. Literally there, as where I found that silver thimble, there, not a foot away, was this bit. That's a 47, and it's part of the thimble, part of the same thimble. That's the top bit, the little dotty bit. Apex Strike Silver. It's got a nice 81. About 3 or 4 inches down. Little buckle. Little plain buckle. Right, basically I've been digging everything because I don't know how low you can go with the numbers on the Apex. Just got this. This is the first piece, and I can say it's a little bit of a grunty sound. 37, and it's Coke. So Coke is around the 37 mark. As for battery longevity, I can say that I charged the Apex up fully last night. We've had about 5 hours out of it, and I've just gone down one segment. There's 4 segments, and I'm now down to 3. I'm just going to film this one. I flicked it out. I can see roughly what it is, but I'm not quite sure what it is. 77, 76 on multi-frequency. That silver, I think, is it just a 5p bit? We'll just see. This probably looks like 5p. Without my glasses, I don't know. So let's put my bins on. Be back in a minute. I've still none the wiser. That's not a 5p. It's got a symbol, and then a big 1, I think. And then Centas, Sentas. On the back looks like somebody riding a horse. Guy's got a shield on, and I can't make out the word underneath. I will have to look into that and get back to you, but not a 5p. Very happy. Whew. Come to the end of the day, really. Feet ache, so last hurrah up to the part of the field which I haven't done before, and got this 74. I'll just double check. Yep, 74, and about 3 inches down now. Silver thimble. Another blinking silver thimble. Look. Okay, it's squashed, but it's more intact than the first one I found. So 2 silver thimbles. 3 if you count the normal one. So the Ace Apex is doing the job. Lovely little machine. Once you get your head around the tones and stuff, but I mean that'll be the same if you come from a different machine, or if you're new, or if that is your first machine, you still got to learn it. So basically learn the tones, and at the start, like me, dig all until you get to you suss out the signals and the numbers, but all good.
Well, I have to say, after about 5 hours of detecting, had no arm fatigue. It's nice and light. Love the display and love the features, and I think you can agree that it found some half decent stuff. Obviously you've got to walk over the goodies to find them in the first place, but I got a bucket lister. The Apex gave me a bucket lister, and not just 1, 2. I had 2 silver thimbles. First one, lovely decorated but a bit mashed up. 10 inches away I found the other half, and later in the day, just before the end, another silver thimble. And I've never ever found a silver thimble. Okay, you'd probably found it with any machine because you walked over it, but I'm just chuffed that the Apex has got me a silver thimble. So, final thoughts. I think it's a good machine. It's got 4 frequencies: 5, 10, 15 and 20 kilohertz. Price point, I'd put it as a mid-range machine. The features are good and I think it will serve you well. So if you're thinking about getting the Ace Apex, think no more. Get it and enjoy it. I'll be using the Garrett Ace Apex in future videos, and I'm going to keep on with it and see how we go, and I'm sure it will serve me well.